Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome, everyone, to the first of 10 more or less consecutive afternoon live streams from me, your Judge John Hodgman. You can see in front of us Jesse Thorne taking his armchair and Jennifer Marmer also in her armchair.
Hello.
I am hearing myself echoed in your room over there at MaxFun HQ.
You are?
Yep, and
okay, let me go fix that.
I don't know why that would be happening, but here we go. Oh, I know what it is. You know what, Jesse?
Yes.
Tell Jennifer to come back. That was not her problem
Jen,
or your
it's
problem.
John's
It was
fault.
my problem. It was my fault again. Look, we're getting this thing on its feet. My name is John Hodgman of the Judge John Hodgman podcast. Joining me from Maximum Fun HQ, opening a can of refreshing beverage.
John, it's a Call of Duty themed mini Fanta.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's a Call of Duty. You guys probably have mini Fantas, but yours probably don't have a theme. Mine has the famous character from Call of Duty, Skull Guy. Skull Guy from Call of Duty.
Skull Guy from Call of Duty.
He's a skull who wears a headset. I don't have to explain that to you guys because the only reason you can't see it is because your eyes are clouded by jealousy.
He's a skull, but he's also a guy. You know what I mean? He's a skull, but also a guy. Blurring Jesse's identity for, I think, no, your video's coming in clearly now. It was a little mushy at first, a little chunky at first. But look, we're getting this on its feet. It's been a little while since we've all done a live stream together, and we're doing it, of course, in honor and in celebration of the MaxFunDrive. And I'm going to go ahead and say something right at the top. MaxFunDrive is the only 2 weeks per year that we turn to you, our listeners, and say, hey, would you consider supporting the Maximum Fun Network and all the wonderful podcasts that it composed of? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Of which composed are it.
Today is day one. It is April 20th, 2026. And here we are. We're going to clear the Membo mail. We're not going to clear it because we got a lot of letters in the mailbag. We're going to read some letters. We're going to respond to some letters. Some of them are disputes. Some of them aren't disputes. We're going to check out what's going on there in the chat. If you're joining us on YouTube, on Twitch, or on Facebook, we can see you in the chat. If you're joining us on X or Instagram, welcome as well. But we won't be able to see your comments unless you go to the Judge John Hodgman YouTube page at Judge John Hodgman Pod. Jesse, Jennifer, how are you both?
I'm well. I'm enjoying looking at you, John, because it's evening where you are in New York, Brooklyn, New York City.
The light is weird here all of a sudden.
You do look like a stock image that's titled "Man Bathed in Monitor Light."
Yeah.
or possibly chronic masturbator.
It's nice and bright outside.
Oh, now it changed. It changed.
Yeah, the sun came out. The temperature of my face will change as the sun comes out. In order for me to come to life and transform from a blue-hued, barely alive person to a flush, ready and energized person, I guess you just need to say the word masturbation. I guess that was the key to
That was the
changing my
secret.
lighting properly.
Jennifer Marmer, you're also here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
It's a lovely pendant you're wearing today.
Oh, thank you.
Very colorful.
Thank you.
What colors contained within that gem?
Yeah. I have matching earrings, but I'm not wearing them today.
Wow. Okay. Not worth it, huh?
I'm wearing headphones. It's not going to matter.
All right. Fair enough.
I am also a scud with a... Scud? I'm also
You're
a
a
skull
scud.
with a headset. If you really think about it.
I'm a scud with a whole set.
Oh, boy.
Welcome everybody in the comments, and it's so nice to see you all. And Perry Von Vicious, nice to see you there. I love seeing. Here's Jules Rainbow Wizard saying we're
Love it.
And Ray Tracer says, "Oh, happy MaxFunDrive."
Thank you, and to you.
And Rules Rainbow Wizard corrected their typo and changed it to "wee."
I
And
like
there's
them
a
both.
whoop. There's a whoop.
There it is.
Whoop whoop, as I always like to say.
Yep.
There it is. Exactly so, Jennifer Marmer. Well, so we're going to be doing this every afternoon at this time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week. And same again next week. Where we're going to, normally, if you're not a member of Maximum Fun, you may not know that there's a special secret episode that comes out every month called the Members Only Mailbag, the Membo Mailbag, where we read letters, not disputes necessarily. It could be letters of concern, could be strongly worded letters of complaint. It could be requests for advice. It could be advice for us. And we collect these letters and we read them once a month, and they're released in the bonus content feed for members and members only. And yet we are opening not only the mailbag but our secret feed to you in this once a year only 2-week period we call MaxFunDrive, when we encourage you to support our show by going to MaximumFun.org/join and becoming a member so you get the members only mailbag every month. And we're going to read some letters and have some fun for a while every day this week.
Jennifer Marmer is drinking out of what can only be described as a full keg. She's drinking out of
40 ounces.
a party keg of something.
Maybe a pony keg.
Who knows what?
Our listener
Water.
and former litigant
Tap it.
Perry Von Vicious says Jennifer's comedically large beverage is killing me.
You're welcome.
We don't want you to die, Perry Von
No,
Vicious.
no.
No.
To
not
our
worth it.
knowledge, our only listener who is a professional wrestler by trade. But there may be more. If you are one, let us know. And here's Megan Rosati on our Judge John Hodgman pod feed saying, make sure to become a member at MaximumFun.org/join.
You want to hear a question or a letter from Will?
Whatever it takes, Will.
I just listened to the mailbag discussion about eating salt and vinegar kettle chips with tuna salad. I want to share my own use for these chips. I like to eat salt and vinegar kettle chips on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Holy moly. I prefer chunky peanut butter to creamy. The added crunch from the kettle chips adds even more textural contrast than just a little bits of peanut. The vinegar in the chips also cuts through the richness of the sandwich in a way that I enjoy.
Let me ask you both this question before I reveal where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer Marmer, Jesse Thorne, in no particular order, chunky or creamy peanut butter? I'll throw that to the chat as well. I want to know, where do you stand, chunky or creamy? And I'll take brands. I don't mind taking brands. I grew up a Teddy peanut butter guy. I don't know if you have that brand out there in the American West.
I don't know it.
Teddy, T-E-D-D-Y.
No.
I think
Is
I
that
went to college.
Roosevelt's
I think I went to
brand?
college with a Teddy peanut butter.
Teddy peanut butter. Yeah,
Oh.
He was
Okay.
co-RA with Jennifer Marmer.
I'm a creamy peanut butter person. I always think that I should be crunchy, but I don't know. Creamy's just easier. I don't want to deal with it.
Foley Victoria says creamy Jif, which Jif.
Ooh.
Look, Jif is a classic American supermarket brand. Too sugary for me, but no. Josh Kriz is a creamy 1,000%. Whereas Moxie Vision, and I love your avatar there, Moxie Vision. Compliments from store brand from Sobeys Supermarket, chunky organic.
Oh.
Peter Pan peanut butter. Did you ever have that? Is that a local brand for you?
No. I mean, I've heard of it.
I have to say, like all natural peanut butter, my in-laws eat it.
The kind you have to stir up.
Yeah. And not worth it to me. I would rather, it's not that it's disgusting to me. It's just a lot of work and a lot of calories for not a lot of reward. So I'm going to pass on organic fancy peanut butter. My wife likes junky peanut butter. The junkier the better and the creamier the better. So I believe it is either Jif or Skippy that they sell at Costco.
Yeah, I think it's Skippy, the one with the teal lid.
Yeah, and
If I buy peanut butter, which is not often because my husband's allergic, my kids can't bring it to school.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of sunflower butter in our house.
So I say that if I'm going to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just give me the junky peanut butter.
Yeah.
And I'll be glad to eat a peanut butter sandwich whenever I need to, but I don't ever like make one for myself.
Yeah, not a common.
I
Good for
can't
me.
have any peanut butter in the house, or I will eat it with a spoon. I love peanut butter. I love adding sriracha to peanut butter.
Whoa.
I mean,
Sounds
I know that marks me as a trend follower of 2012
Who cares?
to be adding sriracha to it.
I love to add ube to peanut butter.
I like spicy peanut butter. Someone in the chat was like, I like chunky peanut butter unless I'm making a sauce out of it,
Yeah.
which makes sense if you're making like
Peanut sauce.
cold peanut noodles or something like
Yeah.
that. But I'm a chunky guy. But I'm going to say this, and I think adding salt and vinegar potato chips to a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I like that. I think that's
You know what's good? Like a West African peanut butter stew.
Ooh,
That's real good.
Yeah,
Real good.
I believe
real
it.
good stuff.
I call them ground nuts.
Ground nuts,
But it's
they call
peanuts.
them.
Yeah.
It's peanuts, but they call them ground nuts.
Sure.
It's different, just a different name.
Yeah.
Different name.
Same
It's
thing,
like-
but different name.
You know,
But if-
bell pepper, capsicum, you know,
Yeah.
same thing.
But if I were going to have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich with salt and vinegar potato chips, I would have creamy peanut butter in that case. I
Yeah.
think the chunks are too chunky at that point.
You're gilding the nut.
That's right. Gilding the nut. Notice how the sun comes out for that too.
By the way, do not look up that subreddit. Do not look
Do
up
not
that
look that
subreddit.
up on the Urban Dictionary, for example.
Thank you, Will, for that. I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever written a letter to the editor?
Oh, wait, are you asking that question, Jesse?
I'm asking that of you, and I'm interested to hear people who are watching on the live stream, please sound off in the comments. But right now, I'm asking my friends Jennifer and John, have you ever written a letter to the editor?
I don't think I have.
No,
I think
I
I've
never
maybe thought about it before and then never followed through.
You know, when I was about 18, I made an apple pie, and it came out great. Made the crust, everything. Came out really good. Never made a pie since because I want to maintain my batting average.
Sure.
Same thing with writing a letter to the editor. When I was around that age, I mean, I was probably 19, 20. I wrote a letter to the Washington Post. Washington Post printed it.
The
Since then, no
Washington
letters
Post-
to the editor. The Washington Post. Woodward and Bernstein probably read it.
Yeah.
What did you write about?
They were like, copy desk, we got a hot one. Stop the presses. What was the topic?
Something condescending about rap music. They had written something. I was condescending to
You were condescending to them.
No, they wrote something condescending about rap music, and I was mad about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you, Moxie Vision says they wrote a letter to DC Comics once. Please tell me what you wrote. I want to know. I just want to highlight one little thing here. Someone in the comments says, I had a PB, meaning peanut butter. That's some cool slang for peanut butter. Sandwich for lunch. Didn't have the proper Pop-Tarts for bread.
Yeah.
Now, that's a reference to the members-only episode that just dropped for 420, where you and I, Jesse Thorne and Jennifer Marmer and I, all tried a bunch of different listener-suggested munchies. And peanut butter figured heavily into a lot of strange combos that I had to eat, including a hot dog with peanut butter.
Yep.
It was not for me. If you want to see my reaction to eating a hot dog with peanut butter on it, well, make sure you become a member.
Here
Listen,
the reaction.
become a member, MaxFunDrive.org/join.
John, have you ever written a letter to the editor?
No, I don't think that I ever have.
You ever called into a radio show?
Yeah, I called into a what was his name? I just want to make sure I get his name right. He was like a weird evangelical talk, an American television evangelist, Bob Larson, in the 1990s, still alive apparently, in 81. He used to have a radio show where he would perform exorcisms over the air. And also talk about, it was in the 90s, and it was in the midst of what they called the satanic panic, when there was this sort of urban myth going around, or media myth going around that every preschool was secretly a satanic baby sacrifice ring. And I listened to it because I found it fascinating. And one time I called in and I tried to pretend that I was a young person dabbling in Satanism, and that I was doing a lot of crimes. That was the phrase that I used, and the screener hung up on me, and I didn't get through. But yeah, I still you notice that I've turned blue again. The heavens have now. Heaven is now closed to me. The clouds have overtaken the sun, and in shame, I have turned. My lighting has turned blue again.
I called into our friend Tom Sharpling's show, The Best Show, one time. It was maybe 10 years ago. Ended up winning Worst Caller of the Year in the Best Show Awards. Not to brag.
Oh.
Or were you saying something condescending about rap music?
I don't remember. I don't remember what I said.
No, but he knew who you were. He was making fun of you because he loves you. That's how he shows affection.
Yeah, I think that's true. So he claims.
He chose the winners, or was that a listener vote?
He chose the winners, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Listen to this meet cute. I have written a letter, says Krazatu. I've written a letter to the editor. In fact, that's the first thing I did with my now wife.
What?
This is like a classic Doughboy scenario. His wife's a very successful and beautiful editor.
That's right. What else we got there in the mailbag?
Got something from Jimmer. Got something from Jimmer in Porter, Maine. Where's Porter, Maine?
I don't know where that is. I'm going to look it up while you're reading.
Okay. My mom taught me how to make banana sandwiches when I was a little kid using a plastic knife. I learned to spread mayo on the bread, then add thin layers of banana on top of the mayo. Delicious. My wife says, that's gross. She says banana sandwiches are made with peanut butter, not mayonnaise. But she's wrong. What should go on a banana sandwich, mayo or peanut butter? Peanut butter's too thick and sticky for a banana sandwich. Mayonnaise is obviously objectively better. The world and everyone in it must acknowledge this. You know why?
No, they don't.
You know what this is an example of? This last paragraph?
What's that?
Doing too much.
Yeah.
DTM.
I would say
right here.
Whether it's mayonnaise or peanut butter, he's spreading it on a little too thick.
Yeah, thank you very
Boom.
much. This is Jimmy. You know what he reminds me of?
Who?
Jimmy from Heathcliff. You guys read Heathcliff?
Not in a while.
No.
Jimmy's a frog who's pretty proud of himself.
Oh.
Pretty proud of himself, but everybody just kind of, he's always running for president and stuff. He thinks he's a big star, but everybody kind of ignores him.
I didn't know there were even storylines in Heathcliff at this point.
Yeah, I didn't know there was anything outside of a fish skeleton on a trash can lid.
I can't believe you guys aren't up on Heathcliff. You know I bought an original Heathcliff art for myself for Christmas.
I mean, I don't love characters that terrorize the neighborhood.
Well, no one should. I'll grant you that.
But Heathcliff is now going to some very weird places, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Now
Wait, it's
almost
still
surreal and absurd.
running?
We haven't talked about Heathcliff?
Heathcliff is wearing like a motorcycle crash helmet with the word ham written on it.
Okay, you know what? I have
And then
seen
he's, like,
that, but like
holding a
that's
bunch of balloons.
Jesse posting those, and I just figured that those were like old.
I'm going to check out some of the latest Heathcliffs and
I
tell you.
can't believe that's still running.
Yeah. No, it is.
Okay, so
What next? Baby Blues?
there's one where Heathcliff is lying. In this one, Heathcliff is lying on the psychiatrist's couch, and his therapist,
Classic.
and Heathcliff has a doll of Heathcliff on his hand, and the therapist says, "We're making progress."
That's it.
Okay, and this other
Wait, who's wearing the doll?
one, Heathcliff is.
And the therapist is saying we're making progress.
We're making progress.
But the doll's not saying anything.
So in this one, Heathcliff is running down the street, but he's running on a red and white striped ball. He's on top of red, and he's wearing
like
a
a
frilly,
circus performer of some kind.
and he's wearing a frilly collar, and he's being chased by looks like a clown, a strong man, a ringmaster,
Circus.
an elephant, and an acrobat. And the family is looking out the window, and they say, "What's he done now?"
That's a good question. What has he done now?
Okay, here's a good one.
Wait,
Okay,
wait, I have a question.
so the garbage ape. You guys know the garbage ape, right?
Sure.
Okay, well, the garbage ape is in his helicopter, the garbage ape helicopter. You can see that here.
GA, it says on the helicopter for garbage ape.
That's how you can tell. And he is operating it safely. He's wearing his headphones.
Sure.
And then he's he's seems to be dropping out of his helicopter. He's dropping what look like trash cans. And Heathcliff and his cat friends are on the ground. They're delighted. And then the birds are talking to each other in the tree, and one of them says, "Garbage ape drop."
Yeah, I don't get it. It makes me feel like maybe it's 420 all the time when I'm reading that, and I'm a little confused about what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a really good one.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Heathcliff is walking down the sidewalk.
I'm going to get a beverage. I'll be right back. Keep going.
And then in the tree, the two birds are talking to each other. And Heathcliff is wearing a helmet that says "real" on it, REAL.
Okay.
And one of the birds saying to the other bird, "That's too real."
You know what? I can get behind that. That is too real.
Realer than real deal Holyfield. Well, you suckers know how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
John really did leave.
He did. He went to get a beverage. What beverage did you get?
Hey,
Oh, he's not right there.
Jennifer Marmor, who are you sitting with over there? Mayor Fiorello de la Guardia, who famously read the comics pages on the radio to
Yo.
kids. Mayor
All of these
de la
references
Guardia.
are-
Yeah, LaGuardia.
What beverage did you get, John?
I got a comically large Nalgene bottle full of ice water. that I meant
Can't
to
help
have
but notice there's no skull on there.
You guys, we've got comically large waters and teeny tiny sodies.
No, and when you were growing up, Jennifer Marmor, did you
Yeah.
read the comics section? Yes or no?
Yes, I did.
What was your favorite comic?
Well, Peanuts, obviously. I also really loved Kathy.
Chunky or creamy?
As, for the comics, chunky. I loved Kathy. I don't know what a child version of me saw in Kathy that was like, yes, this is for me, but I loved it.
I can't imagine how you possibly could have related to Kathy. Can't imagine how a young
As a
Jennifer Marmor
child,
could have.
I wasn't worrying
heard
about
You
my
weren't going
weight.
around going,
No.
I absolutely believe that when you were 9 years old, you were running around going, it
I
might have
loved
been about
Kathy.
something different, but
Yeah. No, I do remember like talking to my mom about like when Kathy finally got a boyfriend. It was like, what?
Irving was the name of her
Yeah.
on again, off again boyfriend, and I think they
Yeah.
eventually got married.
They
did you
did
go
get
to
married.
that wedding? Were you invited?
You know what? I don't think I was up on the comic strips by that point.
did you know that Kathy from Kathy, the author of Kathy,
Yeah, she
Kathy
rules.
Guys-
Braithwaite,
Guys
Guys
White.
White.
Kathy
Guys
Guys White.
White. She went on One Bad Mother with my
You know
wife
what people
Teresa.
say? You know what
and
people
Biz
say
Ellis.
when they see us together, Jesse? They go, "Guys White."
Oh, I thought they say ack.
Ack.
That's the
White
next thing they
guys.
say.
Yeah,
That's so cool. I don't think I realized that. I'm
They
gonna go
loved
back
her.
in the archive.
I think Biz in particular went apeshit for her.
She's so cool. Not I it's MaxFunDrive. I feel like I shouldn't be plugging a podcast that's not on MaxFun right now, but Jamie Loftus did a really great series on Kathy and like spoke to Kathy on it and like did like a deep dive into the comic strip and It was
Many episodes,
great.
all of them brilliant.
it's great.
Sort of situating Kathy in the history of cartooning and in the history of feminism, and it was great. Jamie
It was
Loftus-
so great.
In the history of my morning, whether I've had my coffee yet.
That's right. Don't talk to me before I've had. I was a Bloom County guy myself,
Yeah.
but then look, did I have an Opus T-shirt and an Opus stuffed animal? Of course I did. Did I like it when Opus took over the entire strip and sidelined Milo Bloom himself? No, it didn't make sense to me.
It's not Opus County.
That's right, Bloom County. Guy's named for the county. By the way, Porter, Maine is in the western part of the state, right at the New Hampshire border, just west of Portsmouth. Porter, Maine. I'm sure
Far-
it's beautiful.
Far side all the way. Not that you guys asked
No,
me.
yeah, I was also gonna mention
that
Parasite.
anyone
Well,
Jesse.
you know what? Here's the
Wah,
thing,
wah,
though,
wah.
Jesse, and I'll be curious to know what they think in the comments about this, because I'm about to drop a truth bomb. A single panel comic isn't a comic strip. Doesn't count.
So you're also throwing out my other favorite, Bizarro by Ferraro?
Yep. Bizarro by Ferraro, out.
Okay. Then I'm going to
Heathcliff,
go with
out.
I'm going to go with the other one for which I own an original
All right.
that I purchased from Bill Griffith. I'm going to say Zippy the Pinhead.
Zippy the Pinhead.
What I liked about Zippy the Pinhead is it didn't belong in there. It didn't really make any sense, and it wasn't really funny. And I just loved that he was doing this weird shit and somehow getting it into normal newspapers for 40 years. And I still feel that way about it. I was so excited to meet, to have Bill Griffith as a guest on Bullseye a year or two ago. He was a wonderful guest and a fascinating man. He started in comics when he and Art Spiegelman were roommates in San Francisco,
Wow.
inventing alternative comics. But he just happened to get a newspaper strip in 1967 or whatever, and has kept it ever since, which is an extraordinary accomplishment, given how Zippy is mostly Zippy having nonsensical philosophical conversations with roadside attractions.
Yep. A true non sequitur strip. Before Heathcliff went weird, there was Zippy.
Yep.
Wasn't there a comic strip called Non Sequitur?
Yes, and I think
But
that was
not a
comic
true
strip.
non sequitur strip, though.
No.
No, it was very sequitur-y. I think.
It was
Yeah.
false.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't want to have a banana mayonnaise sandwich, and that should tell
That-
you something.
Yeah,
Because
that tells me a
I'll
lot.
have mayonnaise on anything.
I was very curious to know what you would think about that
Now,
one.
shout out, I mean, look, respect to my New England brethren for wanting to put mayonnaise on anything. Try it out for sure. If you like it there, Porter, Maine, go for it, but it's not for me, I gotta say.
If you're out there, by the way, you're not yet a Max Fun member, we made a new link. This is a greased pig chute that will rocket you to Max Fun membership. It's MaximumFun.org/joinjjho. You could type that in, click on the link in the comments, whatever, MaximumFun.org/joinjjho. That'll get you in there. That'll get you access to the Membo mailbags that are more of this. It's mostly just me reading Heathcliff's out loud. I can't believe. Jennifer, wait until you learn about the ham limit.
You know, I've seen things about the ham limit on your social medias,
All I think about is the ham limit.
but yeah, I've got a lot to catch up on. I see.
But MaximumFun.org/joinjjho will get you access to all the bonus material. And guess what? If you're already a member, new this year, $10 a month, ad-free Judge John Hodgman feed.
Woo, 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 woo.
So either go to your member page and collect on that, or if you're a $5 a month member, kick it up a notch. You'll get our keychain, and you'll get access to that member-only feed, that no ads feed.
I'm going to shout out Brandon Hunt 4598 from the YouTube chat on the Judge John Hodgman YouTube channel. It may not be a strip, and I'm going to agree with you on this one. It may not be a strip, but The Far Side is the funniest thing on the comics page, or it was, and I agree. I didn't mean to suggest that The Far Side was not utterly brilliant. And in the single panel division, champion, reigns supreme, the funniest. And in the multi-panel, in the strip division, it's got to be Calvin and Hobbes, best ever, best one ever.
Peanuts.
What is that?
Peanuts.
Weird.
You heard of it?
Now he's turning into Zippy the Pinhead, just non sequiturs.
He's saying
Peanuts.
peanuts. He's saying peanuts is funnier than Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, Peanuts. Wow. All right, here we go. This one is real.
I don't know. Is it funnier? I'm going to be frank with you.
Good.
Neither Peanuts nor Calvin and Hobbes is particularly funny.
You know what we can all
Hard
agree is the
disagree.
funniest comic strip? Rex Morgan, MD.
They're both. What's that guy called? Prince Valiant? I'm a Prince Valiant guy all the way. I'm not saying that they're never funny or they're.
Right.
Mark
but-
Trail.
The greatest value of either of them, if I sat down with a book of Peanuts comics or a book of Calvin and Hobbes comics, which to me, without having thought about it deeply, comfortably the two top of the pile.
Clearly having not thought about it deeply.
But if I sat down with one of those books, I would not be yucking it up in the way that I might be if, for example, I was reading a compilation of Far Sides. However, they are cartoons. Cartoons are evocative, and they are both profoundly evocative. They give you emotional feelings and interests, which is, why Charlie Brown's better than Snoopy, because it's cool to be sad.
I gotta say,
I'm just trying to troll our friend Jennifer.
It's not even like I know that like it's real
Jennifer
basic to love
everyone
Snoopy.
needs to know
like,
that Jennifer loves Snoopy.
I do, but I should be clear that Linus was like always my actual favorite. I really identified with Linus down to the security blanket as a kid.
I still got my security blanket. You guys
So
know that?
do I.
I still have a security blanket.
So do I.
Look, I'm going to give a shout out to Lorcan Lorebricker, who's clearly writing in from Europe. So glad that you're with us. Asterix and Lucky Luke. I was never a Lucky Luke guy, but Asterix, Tintin, Lucky Luke, those are all genius as well, but they're not. We're talking about American newspaper comic strips.
What the fuck is Lucky Luke?
Lucky
Pardon
Luke
my
was
French.
Was a French. Well, I will not pardon it because you were right. It's French. I believe it's French, not Belgian comic album in the sort of much more in the style of Asterix than the Lean Claire of Tintin. But he was an American cowboy, and you would read it in albums. And I guess they were published in newspapers, but as full page.
Right.
Each page was a installment. I'm talking about comic strip. That's a different category. But I love your bringing it up. Yeah, you didn't find this very funny? Calvin and Hobbes did a week-long story about finding a baby raccoon that dies. How's that not funny?
Oh, God. Well, that's the thing. Charlie Brown's sadness is relatable. But even I, somebody who is sad a lot and depressed a lot, more than I'd like.
Braggy, but okay.
Not brag. Sometimes it's like, all right, give it a rest.
All right.
You want to do that Snoopy dance, right? That's the attitude you want.
Yeah.
That Snoopy dance.
You guys ever look at one of those, like big, like they're probably published by Fantagraphics. I think they're probably published by Fantagraphics. Those big newspaper-sized Little Nemo and Wonder Slumberland books.
Windsor McKay.
Windsor McKay. Yeah. That is, I mean, like this is the like comics nerd equivalent of your favorite Peanuts character being Snoopy, loving Snoopy. This is the most basic opinion on earth, but they are breathtaking. They're incredible. Yeah. And the idea that those were in newspapers just like for children to look at is unbelievable.
I'm not even sure that the comics at that time were just for kids either. I mean, there were a lot of sort of
semi-literate adults.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of like Lockhorn style bickering couples in the comics at that time. I think that they were sort of part of the adult readership as well. But Windsor McKay. Now, I should say, if anyone within the sound of my voice goes and discovers Little Nemo for the first time, Jesse's absolutely right. It's some of the most beautiful draftsmanship ever in comic style illustration. It's incredibly imaginative and so forth. It's of its time in terms of some depictions of non-white people, just to give you a heads up. It's that. But other than that, he was true master of the form. But yeah, now, here's the thing. Calvin and Hobbes versus Peanuts.
Sound off in the comments. Are they sounding off in the comments?
Oh yeah, they're sounding off in the comments. Someone's saying something about Major Hoople's boarding house. So yeah, there's Moxie Vision again. Windsor McKay was a sicko, says Mr. Piggy Mouse. Calm down with those incidental hallway shots. Don't know what that means.
That's a real niche comment.
Real niche.
Too real.
Will Eisner's The Spirit is magnificent and groundbreaking. That's a comic book. I do love The Spirit very much. We're going to go way back. Yeah,
did you know the other day I mentioned that my friend and co-host Jordan Morris is an Eisner Award nominee?
Whoa.
He
for
clarified
writing comic books.
He clarified something for me.
What's that?
Double Eisner Award nominee.
That's amazing. Good for him.
Yeah, go buy Jordan's comics.
Yeah.
I'm going to say people are sounding off. C&H is number one. Calvin and Hobbes well above Peanuts in the rankings. I'm not sure
what
if that's
rankings
in their personal rankings or if there's someone's taking a note in the. Hang on, hold on a second. I just discovered something before we went live. which is I can create a poll. I can create a poll. Which is the best comic strip ever? Two Peanuts or Calvin and Hobbes?
You know, the director of the Charles Schultz Museum is a Max Fun member.
Yeah. I
How
didn't
did he
know that.
become or they become a Max Fun member?
They went to MaximumFun.org/join, chose what shows they listened to, and at what level they wanted to support Max Fun. And then their money went directly to the shows that they listened to support their production.
I have placed
you. Ben,
the poll
wanna say?
on the screen. Unfortunately, on our portrait mode, it is covering you up. What if I put it up here? Nope. Nope. Anyway, I guess people are voting. Figure out how to vote and vote.
Chase down the poll.
Funny.
We're hat dancing the poll here.
I'm gonna if I hide it, then people won't be able to do it. So I'm gonna let
Yeah.
it
No,
go.
I like putting it up there. Yeah.
All right,
That's fun.
Yeah, all right.
What's this?
In the landscape mode, in the full screen mode, you can. That's the best placement for it. Because obviously,
Jesse was here.
Someone in the comments pointed out that Bill Waterston, the creator of Calvin Hobbes, was an obvious fan of Peanuts. There is obvious. I mean, he's wearing Linus's shirt for heaven's sake. But
Yeah.
which is the one? Which is
It would be
main
really
one?
funny if Bill Waterston, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, hated Peanuts and thought it was
Yeah.
bull.
That would be weird. One could not exist without the other. I think that's true. There would be no
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes were it not for Peanuts. I can't say enough about. Oh boy! All right. Well, let's take another letter from the mailbag and let people fight it out a little bit.
All right, here we go. Next up from Jeff in Chicago, Illinois. He says, if you're watching this live stream and you're not a member of Maximum Fun, why haven't you gone to MaximumFun.org/join JJHO?
This doesn't sound like a
He
real
gets it.
letter. This
That's
doesn't
not
sound
what he
like a
said.
letter.
That's what
This is
I
a
said
plant.
with my heart. Please become a member of. You know what? If we get a 1,000 bullseye new and upgrading, I'm bringing back the turnaround.
Oh,
Whoa, that's a real
I know.
good incentive.
I know.
we have an incentive structure too for Judge
Oh, we
John
sure
Hodgman,
do.
don't we?
Yes,
What
we
is it,
do.
Jennifer?
So if we get 350 new members who join at MaximumFun.org/join
Oh, no, I forgot about this.
by Friday, Jesse's birthday, this Friday, the 24th, end of day,
As a
We're
birthday
gonna-
present to Jesse.
we're going to try a week from today on the stream PB and ST, which is a peanut butter and spicy tuna sandwich that was too scary for us to even entertain as an idea in our Munchies episode.
I don't even like regular tuna
I
sandwiches.
know. This is a
I'll eat it.
yeah, so
I'll bite it.
if you
So
want
just
to watch
to be
us
clear, if you go to MaximumFun.org/join, or if you're, we need 350 new members by the end of day on Friday. So MaximumFun.org/join JJHO. That's the special link for people who are not yet members, but are member curious. Get that. We get 350 new members by end of day Friday. Next week, live on the stream, I will eat, and Jesse will too, and so will you, Jennifer.
I won't
Yeah.
enjoy it, but I'll do it.
Listener
you.
Clint suggested for our Munchies episode something we found too disgusting to eat on the Munchies episode, but we will do it for you. Peanut butter and spicy tuna. And I'm not talking about sushi spicy tuna.
No,
Although,
no.
maybe
This
I'll
is-
give that a try too. I don't know.
This is a packet of tuna that is spicy flavored.
Yeah, with like jalapeno, like a Star-Kissed tuna creation.
Yeah, one of those tuna creations you get in a pouch.
This is a tuna creation that I wish wasn't created, maybe, but
You guys want to talk about tuna creation?
yeah.
Okay. My wife, says Jeff, believes in a containment policy when farting in bed. One must trap the flatulence under the covers. I think that's unrealistic. Some fart will inevitably escape at the slightest rustling of the covers and gas us. I argue for positioning your butt over the bed's edge and torpedoing the toot. My wife thinks That guarantees one or both of us will get got. Tell her my way is better.
I was watching a streaming service that offered advertisements to me. I don't remember what it was that I was watching, but it was a streaming service with ads. So I was watching ads for the first time in a while, and there was an ad for a bed comforter called the Better Marriage Blanket, and it has specifically inserted within the core of the comforter is a layer of odor-absorbing charcoal, specifically to collect farts.
Is this real?
It's real. It's a real thing. Saw an ad for it. I saw an ad for it.
Your marriage doesn't sound that good, Jen.
It's been around.
No,
It's
it's
been
not
around
because
for
of
at
that.
least.
I just can't believe this exists.
It's been
I'm
around.
not trying to get it.
If you didn't have one, it sounds like you got a problem with your marriage. My marriage is great.
Oh, you have one.
My marriage is great.
Do you have one, Jesse?
No, I don't actually have one.
No, he
It's
just
been
put-
around since at
he
least
sewed some
2010.
coal into his linen duvet cover.
Can I tell you what's going to help you a lot more than a special blanket?
Using the bathroom.
Well, first of all, yes, absolutely. As my friend Jimmy Pardo, who was said on Jordan Jesse Go the other day, Jimmy Pardo, noted anti-toot humorist, doesn't want to hear about it. Doesn't want to hear about any of those functions.
Wow.
Jimmy was like, "You're a grown-up. Go in another room." I agree. However, I'm going to add. That's not what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You guys know I love beans, right? Big fat juicy beans.
Oh,
Yeah, of
don't
course.
even get you started on beans.
Don't even get me started on beans. Now, obviously, I soak my beans. Obviously, I put a little baking soda in there to improve the texture.
Ooh.
Notice how light my face got when you said you soak your beans.
Thank
That's
you.
for our
Don't-
Utah audience.
Don't look at that subreddit. I soak my beans with salt and baking soda to improve the flavor and texture.
Cool. I didn't know that.
The baking soda also helps with the chemicals that cause gassiness. If you're out here eating beans, though, here's my tip to you. You know what works? I read about it in our friend Mary Roach's book, Gulp, Adventures on the Alimentary Canal. There was a whole fart chapter. First of all, there's fart de-stinking pills you can take, and they work.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all,
Can you give them to dogs?
probably. Second of all, if you eat beans and you're getting gassy, number one, prioritize fiber in your diet at other times. But beyond that, eat Beano.
Oh yeah.
Beano.
Beano works. It's just the enzymes that your body needs to break down beans more efficiently. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can just take it when you eat your beans.
Yeah.
Keep some in your cabinet
Beano.
if you're having problems with that.
Not only an anti-flatulence product, but also, as someone in the comments noted, I'm looking for it and I can't find it, but you know who you are. A very famous British album of comic strips. Beano.
I was thinking about that. I remember I was actually in Northern Ireland, or the north of Ireland, when I was 10 or 11 with my dad, visiting my stepmother's family. And there were some Beanos lying around. And I remember looking at them and feeling like basically pity on British children that this was the best they could do. Just like, God, all the best to you and yours, British children. This sucks.
Jesse, you're going to join me in Maine in June.
Yeah.
We're going to go on the more than 100 years old wooden schooner, the Grace Bailey.
Yes.
Hey, if you're in the comments and you're joining us on the Grace Bailey journey in June, let me know. But in the meantime, we might have a chance to go to my home in Maine, where we had a little boat. And you know what the name of that boat is?
What?
Beans.
Wow, that's what I call my dog Junior sometimes. Beans or Mr. Beans. It's because he's full of beans.
It's full of beans. The poll seems to be.
This is
I mean,
stunning.
yeah. I gotta find where's
I
my widget.
honestly, if I were, I'm not surprised that this is what the Judge John Hodgman audience has voted.
Because of
Gotta say.
demographics.
Just the vibes.
The poll, if you can't read it on your screen for whatever reason, which is the best comic strip ever, Peanuts or Calvin and Hobbes? Calvin and Hobbes is well in the lead with 71% of voting. That's a blowout. And I think that it's generational, right? I think that for, I don't know. I think it has something to do with the generation of people who listen to Judge John Hodgman, because the Calvin and Hobbes hit a very specific window for Gen X people,
Yeah.
and was very, very important. And it's a tremendous work of art. And honestly, I would say strip for strip. Here's my final judgment on this. Strip for strip, in terms of quality, Calvin and Hobbes wins. Strip for strip, right?
As for us.
But Peanuts lasted a much longer time.
Sure.
And there's some Peanuts that are kind of groaners and not that great.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some stinkers in that bunch.
There's 60 years or whatever of Peanuts.
But I would say as an artistic creation, it's almost neck and neck, but I think even Bill Waterston would say Peanuts is the most important comic strip of the 20th century, with Calvin and Hobbes very close second.
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes is a beautiful work of art. They both are.
Very,
they both are.
yeah.
But one.
I
all right.
I gotta
I'm gonna hide
say,
this poll now.
It's a great question, a great topic to discuss. Obviously, we didn't put For Better or For Worse in there for a reason, since it would just blow everything away.
Yeah.
Rhymes
Talk
with
about
Orange isn't in there.
Yeah, that would be a blowout. Speaking of toots.
Yeah. Speaking of toots.
Sorry.
Speaking of the Lockhorns.
Oh, yeah.
Corey the Third says, "Did Bloom County just get driven into the ground by Burke Breathids?" I always say breathed, or maybe it's breathed. Constantly changing things up and going back. Absolutely. And I will say that was something that Lynn Johnston, the creator of For Better For Worse, never did. She never went away and came back until it was time to retire. And whatchamacallit, For Better or For Worse, one of the very few comic strips in which the characters age in real time. They age and they grow up in real time. There is one other very famous comic strip in which the characters age and grow up. If you can name it in the chat, I will first to name it in the chat. Well, yeah, that you would think it was Funky Winkerbean, but what happened was...
That's what we were all thinking.
We all thought it was Funky Winkerbean. That's not the answer that I was looking for. Moxievision just got their Gasoline Alley was the one. Yeah.
Oh.
But that's right. Funky Winkerbean had a time jump is what happened. So, and then they started aging in real time. They were in high school, then there was a time jump, and then maybe they were aging in real time. But I would say there was a break in it where there was a time jump. But Gasoline Alley was. Yeah, anyway.
A lot of people think that April 24th, my birthday, I'm going to be turning 45 years old.
A lot of people think that, huh?
But I've actually been dead for 25 years because I died of satire when Doonesbury depicted George W. Bush as an asterisk wearing a cowboy hat.
What?
I was like, I am dead now from satire that is too satirical. I've been overpowered by satire, and I've been dead for 25 years since George W. Bush was an asterisk wearing a cowboy hat.
When you heard that, Jesse Thorne, all we saw were your 2 feet up in the air because you had fallen out of frame. What? Yeah,
X is over my eyes.
Doonesbury grew up too, and Doonesbury was important to me, and that's obviously a very important comic strip as well. But I was looking for Gasoline Alley.
Never have I been more baffled by anything than I was by Doonesbury and what any of it meant and why I was reading it the entire time that I looked at it in the newspaper.
It helps if you went. Gary Trudeau went to Yale, so I forced myself to like it, even as a 9-year-old.
I mean, you even watched that Amazon TV show that he was the boss of, where it was about congressmen that were roommates.
I did not watch that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't watch it.
One of the first TV shows on Amazon.
One of the first.
You also love to watch Lilyhammer, the first TV show on Netflix, where it was little Stevie Van Zandt from Bruce Springsteen's band, but he was an American gangster in Norway.
Yeah. It was,
Oh,
it was
right.
the unofficial spin-off from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
My dad just told me to watch it the other night, actually.
I'm like fully prone now for
This is fun.
anyone who can't see me.
This is
If you're
fun.
just listening, you got me in another window. I'm out cold.
Very
Heather
relaxed.
Cook wants to know, did any of you see the Hamlet episode of Gilligan's Island? Best episode. Side note. Series should have been called 7 Deadly Sins.
What?
Is that what Gilligan's Island is about? The 7 Deadly Sins?
Yeah, it was sort of like it was sort of like Lost. They were on
They're
a
in
purgatory where they
purgatory.
were all waiting to be judged, and I guess like
But they
was
knew
Mr.
that-
Howell was Mr. Howell greed, and was the
Yeah.
skipper like gluttony because he was a bigger fella, and was maybe
Ooh.
the professor was pride.
Ginger was lust.
Well, I kind of feel like, frankly, Gilligan was lust.
Oh.
What would have been his sin?
I'm lust when it comes to Gilligan.
Bob Denver, incredible comic actor, and I remember that his daughter is a Maximum Fun member. Actually,
What?
I think I got a letter from her once.
That
Bob
rules.
Denver's daughter.
Cool.
Maynard
Thank
Krebs.
you.
Maynard G. Krebs's. That was her name, actually. Maynard G. Krebs. She was named after his
Maynarda G. Krebs.
Maynarda G. Krebsina. Gilligan II was her full name, but no, yeah. Sloth. I guess Gilligan was sloth, is what someone's trying to say. I did see the
Harry-
Hamlet episode. To be
I didn't.
or
I don't think.
to be or not to be, that is the question that is put to me. They did that song.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
funny.
a musical version of it.
I watched a little bit of Gilligan's Island with my daughter when she went through a period where she was obsessed with Gilligan's Island.
Oh.
She's gone through a lot of entertainment periods where she's driven by her need to know what's bad. But also she's enough of a child that she just gets wrapped up in things that are bad because they're cliched because she doesn't know the cliches.
Right.
So a well executed 10,000% on the nose sitcom like Gilligan's Island. She also went through a Munsters period.
Cool.
Just completely hits it because like you can act like you're better than it, but also you can just take it in literally because you haven't seen the conventions of a conventional sitcom before. And Gilligan's Island was one of those things. I will say, whoo boy, is it creaky.
Yeah.
Ooh, is it creaky.
I mean, I saw it.
Right.
It was on after school, so I saw it. I never loved it. I was having, when we did our wonderful live shows in San Francisco for the Sketchfest, I ran into the equally wonderful Kate McCucci. And she was lamenting the fact that CBS Radnor Studios, a historic studio lot in L.A., was being shut down and converted into condos and lofts. And that is where Gilligan's Island was filmed. And someone in the conversation said, why has that never been rebooted? And Kate knew the answer immediately. And she said, well, there is a rights issue. The inheritor of the Sherwood Schwartz estate that created Gilligan's Island shares the rights with the inheritor of the Sergeant Bilko estate or something. and they're in the midst of a terrible feud of some kind, and so they will not agree to allow it to happen. And I said there should be a TV show, kind of like what was the Liev Schreiber show where the guy was the fixer? Was it called The Fixer or something?
Sounds like
Mr.
the show
Fix
The
It?
Fixer.
Anyway,
The Fixer
there
sounds
should be
right.
there should be a show about a Hollywood fixer who just goes and figures out rights issues for shows so that they can. Like he has to sit down with the two stakeholders in Gilligan's Island and make them reconcile. And do you know what the name of the show would be?
Ray Donovan.
Oh, that was the Liev Schreiber show.
Yeah. The
Maybe
Fixer
it
was a
could be
different show.
it could be Ray Donovan, the next generation or whatever. But
Sorry.
thank you. That's what I meant. But the show that I was thinking of, it would be called the name of the character would be IP Freely. Because he's solving IP problems. He's an IP fixer. in
I'd like to see a show about music supervisor
yeah.
where they're like the coolest person you know and they know about all the coolest shit ever, but then they can't get it cleared, so they end up using something else.
I like that. I like that a lot. Sorry, I got distracted by this point that we should have more Harlem Globetrotters content.
So that is one of the things. So first of all, if anybody watching has joined Max Fun today, please take credit in the comments so we can shout you out.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Let us know.
MaximumFun.org/join JJHO if you haven't yet joined. But that was one of the things that drew my daughter to Gilligan's Island, is that there was a series of like diminishing returns Gilligan's Island television movies.
Yeah.
That are like among the worst received movies of any kind ever, including the Harlem Globetrotters Visit Gilligan's Island. That one I did not have to watch because, God bless Beth, my mother-in-law watched it with her.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Cool.
they all get back. They get off the island. Then in Lost style, Gilligan, I guess, goes, we have to go back, and they turn it into a resort. And then the Harlem Globetrotters come and play basketball.
I took my daughter to see the Harlem Globetrotters once, my oldest, Gracie.
Yeah, I was going to ask if they're still going. So yes, the answer is yes. That's cool.
They are, and Gracie was mostly interested in their mascot, which was really disappointing to me. So like, they got mascots at regular basketball games.
Yeah.
Then I could go to the basketball game. But anyway, she was mostly interested in their mascot. But the main thing that I learned, it's a little bit boring. I thought it was going to be a
What?
lot cooler. It's sort of like the monster truck rally, where you get there and you're surprised and disappointed because it's mostly a bunch of motocross.
Sweet Georgia Brown. What a disappointment.
It was a little. They just don't do that. Like it's just sort of like a high level, it's like a low level professional basketball game.
Yeah,
It's like going to see the summer league or something, but you're not getting. It's not that competitive of a game. But they just don't do that much cool stuff. Like I just expected them to do a lot more tricks, and they just don't do very many tricks. There's one old guy who's on the team who's like 50, and he does a fair amount of tricks. So shout out to that guy. But you'd think like this is the post basketball video generation. Like the And One mixtape was like 25, 30 years ago now. So like, where's all these, where's all these like crazy dunk specialists that go on YouTube? How come they're not playing for the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just a little disappointing.
Something's happening in the chat where everyone's posting these little. They're not emojis or something. I don't know what's happening.
It's happening in Twitch, I think. Twitch, guys, what are you doing in
What
there?
does it mean? What does it mean,
Twitch.
Llama?
Llama, explain.
Oh, they're Llama's friends.
Okay.
There's some secret message between Llama and Llama's friends. So there you go.
Llama, is it tender? What's happening? That's a joke for Llama and Llama alone.
Is it
Matt-
is it wrong that I like immediately assumed that it was just people coming from a bad subreddit?
I don't know.
Aw.
I
Just
thought
immediately assumed that.
I thought it might be people indicating that they had just become members of Maximum Fun.
Yeah.
And maybe that is what it is. I'm going to claim that is what it is. Hey, let me take this moment as we're approaching the top of the hour, and we're only doing this for an hour every weekday afternoon. This week and next, during the Max Fun Drive, you will hear us talk about things that are on our minds and things that are on your minds. You can always submit letters for us to read. Just send them to me at Hodgman@MaximumFun.org. If you want to just say live stream, Hodgman@MaximumFun.org, send me a letter. We'll read it on the live stream either tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. It's going to be great. But in the meantime, I hope that you will also do something else with your computer, which is go to MaximumFun.org/join. If you're not already a member, you can streamline it. The greased pig chute that Jesse Thorne mentioned is right there at the bottom of the screen, MaximumFun.org/join, JJHO. You can just go there anyway and join up, upgrade your membership, boost your membership, whatever you are able to do. We are so very grateful because indeed, this is how we make the show. We would not be able to make the show without your support, and we only talk to you about it for 2 weeks out of every year. And these are the 2 weeks, and it's called the Max Fun Drive. Anything you want to add to that, Jesse or Jennifer?
Believe it or not, we can't make the show without your membership support. So go to your keyboard and type it on in. That's /join JJHO. Believe it or not, we make the show.
We make shows.
Show.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's fun.
Submit letters for our live stream to Hodgman at MaximumFun.org. I look forward to your emails.
John, we're here every day at 1 o'clock. I am also live streaming every morning at 9 a.m. Pacific /noon Eastern. That's lunchtime, your lunch break for all you office drones on the East Coast. I'm just another cubicle drone. I need to take a break like a Dilbert.
Oh, boy.
No, not Dilbert. Not Dilbert.
We're not
I take it back. I take it back.
Do you know what? In its time, it was a funny strip.
Yeah, it was funny. Maximum Fun. Go to the Maximum Fun YouTube page, hit subscribe, click notify, because not only am I on every morning at 9 a.m. doing my show, The Subdoms with Jordan, which is where we go through unusual subreddits, but we are here every weekday at 1 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern. And on the final day of the drive, May 1st, you will not want to miss the MaxFunDrive finale show, which is hosted live in person by John Hodgman and Jesse Thorne. We are going to be doing
across the country.
Indeed. We are going to host this show in which we settle the disputes of MaxFun hosts. So go to the Maximum Fun YouTube page. Make sure to hit subscribe. Subscribe to the Judge John Hodgman YouTube page as well, of course. And most importantly, join Maximum Fun, MaximumFun.org /join JJHO. But we will see you every single day on the streams. We've got new Judge John Hodgman episodes coming up.
Yeah.
We just dropped Casters on Casters.
That was a fun conversation.
That was a conversation between John and me and Dan McCoy and Stuart Wellington of the Flophouse.
Yeah.
Dan's going to be on the subdoms with me tomorrow morning.
Fun.
Yeah, I haven't picked a subreddit yet.
There's so much fun stuff going on during Max Fun Drive. There's really a lot of fun to the Max Fun Drive, I must say. I always have a great time doing these live streams and talking to people. And you know what? It's also just very meaningful to me, everybody who listens and watches now on the YouTube and support the show in whatever way you can. But I'm asking you, if you can, the best way to support the show, MaximumFun.org/join. We will see you in 2 and 3. That's 23 hours from now when we come back to read more of your letters and talk about more stuff and have more polls and have more maximum fun. Until then, see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Beans and vegetables, we're gonna eat some meat. And beans and peas, we're gonna.
We don't have to.
What was that?
Yeah.
That was the. I added
What
the
was that?
submission about the peanut butter and spicy tuna sandwich in case we wanted. Like I forgot, but for some reason it was coming in sideways, so I'm gonna have to edit that.
No, well, you know what? We'll save it for tomorrow. That's a little tease, apparently.
I need to fix the orientation.
No, you don't need to fix anything.
Okay, so everyone turn your device sideways tomorrow.
Who added this extra person to the stage? And there it is.
It was a video queued up just in case.
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna let you guys go, and then I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody else.
All right.
Bye. Hi everyone, it's me, John Hodgman. You want to just hang around for another 15 minutes because I don't want to do my work. Let's do it. You guys mind if I hang around with them for another 15 minutes? You can go do your own thing. I'm just gonna hang around with them for another 15 minutes.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh, now I don't have anything to say. Julia does not want to do their work either. I mean, where I am on the East Coast, it's 5 p.m. Hey, Perry Von Vicious, are you still around? Let me know in the chat because I want to hear about your wrestling match tomorrow. Does anyone have any questions for me? Why am I doing this after show? Maybe this was a mistake. Was this a mistake? I don't know. It's really nice to see you all. I mean, I haven't done live streaming for a while, so maybe I ought to pace myself. Maybe I'm live stream bananas with mayonnaise, if you will. And I'm greedy for the live stream. So you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, Perry Von Vicious is driving home. You know what? I'm going to drive home too. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time in the United States, 1 p.m. Pacific time on the western coast of the United States, and who knows what time in all of the other time zones of the world. And until then, I will answer this question. Do I remember my very first taste of Moxie? Thank you, Moxie Vision, for asking this important question. And the answer is yes. I was working at the Coolidge Corner movie theater in Coolidge Corner, Brookline, Massachusetts. Probably my senior year of high school, but it could have been the summer after or the summer after that, because I continued to work there in the summers during college. Harry Friedman, the projectionist, who was known for all kinds of mischief, including wadding up paper towels in the end of the long aluminum arm that we used to put the letters on the marquee. And then he would pressurize it with the CO2 from the soda fountain to shoot giant spitballs across Harvard Street onto the roof of the bookstore across the street. One of the other things he would do was he would get a bottle of Moxie and put it in the freezer until it was Moxie slush and drink it. And one time he said, "You should try it." And he poured me some, and I had it. And it was good. First time listener, first time donator. How could it get better than this? What a way to end this live stream. Thank you, Crazy Girls 111. Thank you for becoming a member of Maximum Fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun, but it's truly quite meaningful to me that I get to keep you all company, and that you get to keep, and well, you don't get to, but you very graciously keep me company through the means of the podcast, Judge John Hodgman and De Pluribus Motto, my other podcast with Janet Varney. We'll talk more about that later on. And thank you very much again. See you in a little less than 23 hours when we pick this up again tomorrow. All right. Talk to you later. Judge John Hodgman out.